Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wannabes podcast. In case you're new here and you're not aware, we are your hosts. I'm Morgan, that's Luke, and that's Dreaded. So, thank you for joining us tonight, everybody. We're not talking news because we're going to dive right on into our movie review, and that review is none other than The End of Oak Street. So, it does star Anne Hathaway, we have Ewan McGregor, Maisie Stella, and Christian Convery, I think is how I say it. Anyway, so basically, they're all playing a family. And so they're called the Platt family. So the Platt family has to band together to navigate their new surroundings after a cosmic event transports their suburban neighborhood to some place unknown. And you know what? They get to deal with dinosaurs because you see all that in the trailer.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Now, before we dive into our actual thoughts, guys, let's go ahead and talk box office because this is came out and it's still heavily contending with the Odyssey and as well as Spider-Man Brand New Day. So, real quick, in the United States and Canada, The End of Oak Street was released alongside Paw Patrol the Dino Movie and Brink of War and was projected to gross around 20 to 25 million during its opening weekend. In addition, it was projected to make more than 2 million in Thursday night previews. The film was produced on a budget of 80 to 92 million. It went on to debut for 21 million during its opening weekend, finishing third at the box office, obviously behind Spider-Man Brand New Day and The Odyssey. So, as of August 17th, The End of Oak Street has grossed officially 25.9 million in the United States and Canada and 32.6 million in other territories, sitting at a current worldwide total as of again August 17th of $58.5 million.
Look at you
Not bad.
go.
Yeah, not too bad. Especially like with what it's going up against.
I like to imagine maybe some hype for those other two have gone down a little bit, so it gives Oak Street a little shot.
Not with Brand New Day still pulling in 70 million. I'm looking at the
Yeah.
numbers myself. Holy shit.
Yes.
Yeah, who cares? I'm over that movie at this point.
It'll catch the Odyssey though. The Odyssey is the one that's dying down. Like
Yes.
it barely squeaked by the End of Oak Street this weekend, but like that makes sense. But this is probably it for the Odyssey. If there's another second wave for this movie, that'd be cool because I mean, I'll get into it more later, but I had a surprisingly good time with this movie.
I had such a good time.
So it'd be cool to see it get a little bit more love. Not that it's anything particularly original, but no, in everything that's come out, it definitely stands out as its own thing. You know, the Odyssey is very much like the epic. Spider-Man's killing it with the superheroes scene, and this feels different compared to those two. It's nice.
Yeah. All right, so where do we want to start, y'all?
I'm open to suggestions.
I mean, you guys feel free to break off and break into, whatever kind of specific area you want to get into, but like I said, I had a good time with this movie. It's a nice throwback. I do appreciate the attention to I mean, if you've seen one Spielberg movie, you pretty much have like seen this, and I mean that in the nicest way. That's what this feels like to me. It's like a throwback to the 80s, the adventure, like an ET fucking Close Encounters type of thing with a little bit of Jurassic Park thrown in. I mean, everything about this screams. I know J.J. Abrams is a producer, so it screams lens flare and it screams like whimsy. Like that's what's here for me. At least that's what I took out of it. Especially down to the fact that it takes place in 1982, and it's a suburb of the D. Gotta love it. Honestly, when I was going to buy a ticket, my girlfriend kept asking me, like, I forget what the name of the movie is. What are we going to see? And I kept telling her it's Dinosaurs Invade Detroit. Just say you're seeing Dinosaurs Invade Detroit. That's what it is. So that was a nice little attention to detail. I was surprised.
They had a lot of great throwbacks to Michigan too, with like the sports teams, with Fago, all the stuff in there.
No, straight up. And I was very surprised to read that it did take place here in Michigan, and I was even more surprised to see all the love that like Detroit and Michigan in general were getting. It's nice. I like it. I like seeing that on film, and on the big screen. But once shit goes down, this movie's like an hour and 40, and I appreciate the pacing of it. It's nice and contained. Like we know why we're
Yeah,
here.
I agree with that.
It's to get to the dinosaurs and have an adventure with the dinos. It gets right to it. It stays there, and we're out. Perfect. Um, I enjoy the performances for what they are. I'm not going to sit here and say that anybody does anything spectacular, but they definitely they do their job. They do it very, very well. And Hathaway and Ewan McGregor kill it at 100%. I'm not totally annoyed with the kids. There's maybe just a couple instances where it's like, okay, it's just child actors doing child actorship. For the most part, they were great. There's a couple things in there that are just throwaway stuff, like the bully. Um, a couple of the dinosaurs too were just there to be kind of throwaways as well. But for the most part, this movie knows what it is, and I appreciate that because it knows what it is. It keeps the time to a nice contained time frame, and like I said, we're in and we're out.
So
I don't know if I'll expand on any specific points you guys might have though.
yeah. So I want to say this is a great like popcorn flick. Like if you want to
Yes.
go in and have a good time, you go in and you have a good time. I had a really funny theater I was with. Like I could tell the chick next to me, she didn't know shit about dinosaurs, and that's okay. It actually made it more funny to me hearing her be like, "Oh my god, why that thing so damn big?" And like other stuff. I'm like, girl, you have no idea. But um there was moments where like you heard people like reacting or like there was times where I felt like I was that awkward person who does their like laugh and no one else is laughing but you're laughing. This movie had me laughing a lot, and it was one of those things where it's like it's not a movie you have to take seriously, and I appreciate that. I think they give us enough information from obviously we have what was her name? Audrey, I believe. Yeah, Audrey, the daughter. She's really into the science shit. I actually really really love Audrey when she goes full science mode with the family because I'm like that would be me in this situation. I would be her. So, um I think like because of that, we got enough information that we needed for the science shit and how they're gonna get back. Like I appreciated that little bit. 'Cause at least for me, that was enough for me. And then also dinosaurs. My biggest confusion with this movie more than anything is we were not restricted to a single like period of which we were getting dinosaurs from. We had I counted at least 4, maybe 5 different periods we got dinosaurs, which is fine. I'm not going to hate on it. We also have the same issue with Jurassic Park where it's like, "Oh, this is Jurassic Park." We're like, well, "Hey, you have it. Dinosaurs from the Cretaceous period, not the Jurassic." But whatever. If I want to be picky, I could talk about that. But I could also chop it up to across all the different timelines that this distortion could be happening across all the different periods of time. And we're getting different eras of dinosaurs all at the same time. So it's one of those things I'm not going to dive into and think about too hard.
No, that's literally the first thing Joe said when we left the theater. She looked up. I forget what she said the name of the flying ones were. I'm being a dick. I'm calling them pterodactyls, but she's like, that's not what they are. But she looked them up and she was like, yeah, these dinosaurs wouldn't even have known each other existed. And I'm
Nope.
like, we're you're watching
because like well we had one that was a mammoth. We had a mammoth, guys, and
no,
that's
was it a mammoth or was it just the furry brontosauruses that were fucking? By the way,
no. So
spoiler.
that had me
You
rolling.
move way too fast, man. I was waiting to get to these jokes. Fuck
So
you.
hold on. So okay. It was there's a scene where near the end after kind of the T-Rex incident, they're returning home. You see across the street um from you know how like the neighbor was up on the street shooting after the furry thing crossed between the houses.
Mel.
There is actually a downed mammoth on the ground across the street in the neighbor's front yard.
Okay, I missed it.
Yeah. It was really easy to miss.
No,
but
I'm not even.
But like that's Ice Age period. So it's like there's a whole craziness of like different types of time periods.
Well, that's what I thought. That's the implication, right? But you don't. I mean, I missed the one on the ground, so you don't really get a good look at it. And then I'll wait so Anthony can have his moment. But then the other thing happens. I'm like, oh, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Too late. It's already ruined. But hold the fuck on. Did you just call that a T-Rex?
I know it's not really a T-Rex. I can't think of its name off the top of my head.
It's a
Um,
fucking Allosaurus.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's a
You're
T-Rex.
welcome. I know where you
No,
live.
I know it's too small to be one. I literally for a little while was actually I did research last night. I literally was like, is it an Allosaurus or is it a nano uh not a tyrannosaurus, but is it a not yeah, nanotyrannus? Not nanotyrannus. I was like, is it an Allosaurus or a nanotyrannus? So
It is a Tyrannosaurus and a pterodactyl. Get over it.
No, I will not get over it, motherfucker.
mm-mm.
That's an
The only
Allosaurus.
one, the
Yeah, it
only
is.
one out here that cares that deeply about accuracies and the hate that they have of it is this guy right here. That's the only one.
Only when it came to Jurassic Park, homeboy.
That fucker swims now. Get over it.
Oh, I
I
know
know
that, but still.
I know it's
We're
in
not
your
getting
hand.
into this.
I
Yeah, you know it's in my hand.
He swims and he's about a tenth of the size.
Yeah, I know, but we're not getting into that right now, okay? Because I feel like you just refuse to understand. Either that or you're just trying to bait me.
The love that you have
Frust-
for it. No, I understand the love that you have for it. It looks sweet looking. Unfortunately, we didn't know at the time.
Yeah, you know what? No, we're not getting into that right now.
Yeah,
Just
no, but seriously, how did you guys feel about the dinosaurs in this movie? Because I did appreciate they have feathers. They're a little bit more accurate as far as the way they're supposed to look. I understand that we've got different periods of dinosaurs in here, but like they're all cool. They're all very intimidating. They all would be like, and there's
Yeah.
especially a giant nope for me in this movie. Like I will take any of the dinosaurs, but the giant nope, fuck no, I'm out.
Which one's the
Peace.
nope?
I'm guessing the slithery one.
Yeah, the giant nope rope.
Oh.
Interesting. You
I
know,
don't
we're
think
gonna talk
that was
about that too.
I don't think that was a Titanoboa, but like pretty fucking close either way. Like out of all the things in here that happen, and I love that it follows a scene where I was like, oh, this movie's actually doing some shit, and then boom, giant fucking snake, and I was like, that's it. Like I would rather get eaten by the other thing all day every day. Like if I have to choose, give me the dinosaur, dude.
So I like this movie, FYI.
I do too.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
this
I've been
fits
like,
right in with that throwback to like old school blockbuster summer movies, summer blockbuster
100%.
movies. If it came out at any other time, I think maybe we're talking about it with a little more gravitas, a little more respect. But the fact that Spider-Man: The Odyssey just came out, like this is gonna fly under the radar. I'm glad that it came in third. I'm kind of surprised. No, I'm not surprised it came in third. Fuck Paw Patrol. But yeah, any other time, I think this probably comes in at maybe like the number one spot. But like, man, your timing couldn't have been any worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this definitely hurts in terms of what other movies are out, in terms of what money it's gonna bring in, but I had a great time with it. I had fun with the dinosaurs. I was very surprised to not see a triceratops in there. Not that it's necessary. I just was surprised because usually that's a good staple that people throw in their dinosaur movies. Um,
and sometimes you got to give the well-known ones a break. I mean,
I mean,
it's
we
not even
still
a
had a
this.
shit ton. We still had the Stegosaurus. We still like there was so much that was just well known.
Daddy needs to sit.
So, but no,
I have no idea what the hell you just said.
I love the choices of dinosaurs though, because we even got some all the way out from the Triassic time period, which is great. That's like the crocodile ones that we see. Those were some of the very first dinosaur quote unquote dinosaurs. Technically they're not considered dinosaurs. There's a whole sub anyway, I'm not gonna get into that deep on this. But anyway, I really enjoyed the different ones that were there for like me being a dino nerd to recognize me like, oh yeah, man, you never see screen time. That's fucking sick. um, I do want to say because you said it's kind of like a throwback to old like blockbuster like movie times. This movie felt so nostalgic for being a brand new movie. Like, and I don't know if it's just because of like the the time period we were set in, plus like this even the how it was filmed. We got like the really we don't see as often like in the side frames. Like there was one spot where you could really see Anne Hathaway's emotions, but the focus was the kid behind her and they were talking, and that's kind of a framing of shots we don't really get to see anymore, um, or at least isn't as commonly used. Then there's also the color grading and like kind of like this almost like this film they put over top of everything that gave it also that nostalgia vibe to it. I really appreciated how this felt not of this day, not of modern day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a point way earlier, but we kind of got off of that, and I can't remember what it was now.
I told you I was flying off the cuff. You got to reel me in.
Yeah, I'm really gonna have to start doing that. Oh, and I just remember what it was. You brought up Spielberg, whimsical a film for this. Funny enough, I don't get Spielberg at all. I get strictly J.J. Abrams actually, but that's probably because I had a lot of comparisons for the first part of this movie to Super 8. I don't know if you guys ever seen Super 8 before.
I have
Mhm.
seen Super 8. You know what Super 8 is heavily influenced by?
Nope, I don't have any clue. I don't know. I still sense a distinct difference in style and whimsy because I think me and Morgan brought this up when we talked about this disclosure day, where I sensed that Spielberg whimsiness strictly in that, and I was like, this feels very J.J. Abrams actually. J.J. Abrams whimsy. Not important. Just thought it was a point. That's the point I wanted to bring up earlier.
Yeah.
No, that's fair because he is a producer and his fucking fingerprints are all over this movie. I mean, I give full kudos to Hold on a second. It is right here. David Robert Mitchell. That is the man who directed this film. It is produced by J.J. Abrams. Yeah, I mean this is definitely two guys I feel like come together that like understood the assignment and they knew exactly what they wanted to do, and it shows. It shows, and I'm not saying that as a negative to this movie. I enjoy it very very much. I like this style. Watching like I said, watching E.T. and Jurassic Park and fucking Close Encounters and Jaws and shit, like all of that, I can see every influence of that in this movie, and that is why I like it. I enjoy those movies very very much. So if you're gonna give me something like that, from the setting to the characters to like the tropes, it's like they turn a couple of them on their head a little bit. They play with a couple expectations, like with the love interest for the kids.
Don't go there yet.
But I'm just saying, there's just a lot where I see, having seen all those movies before and growing up with those, I'm like, I mean, I see the influence, and I like it.
All
And
right.
let's play.
We just because we were also talking about J.J. Abrams versus like Spielberg. There is a couple moments, I think around the time that the Allosaurus is starting to appear, where like there is this very subtle like movement within the music score that is very like Jaws-esque, and I loved it. I was just kind of like, hey, I see what you're doing with this music right now. I love this.
Oh shit. Now, my favorite thing about this movie, for real though,
Yeah.
like I love the dinosaurs, and I actually do like the family for the most part.
Hmm.
But my actual favorite thing about it is the ambiance. This movie captures a feel of spookiness, of like incoming dread, yada yada, all that stuff that I'm like a big fan of actually. And it primarily comes, well, for one, when they get transported to the past, actually, where for one you hear just the distant screams and chaos of what's going on in the neighborhood and they don't know what's going on, or even in the morning where they're like investigating, looking for the dog. Also, shout out to Starbucks, seriously.
Fucking Starbucks.
Fucking Starbucks, bro. But then you also just hear the distant sounds and howlings and roars of dinosaurs. Just everything you hear in the distance that you can't see. Sound design for ambiance in this film is, in my opinion, spectacular, and it is one of my favorite things about this movie. And that's the type of ambience that I'm a big fan of. Actually, like there's a reason I listen to Cloverfield, Destroyed City ambiance when I try to sleep.
There's one thing too about like setting like obviously the ambiance and the mood, right? The
Mm.
music and the music, not just the music, but even just the sound design, as you're saying, does a really good job of creating.
Owen.
He hit my mic. He does a really good job of creating the um the anxiety that is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's one thing I felt like even the actors did really well with is they're all scared. And we don't really always we don't there might be moments where we break away and they aren't showing the anxiety, but when it's time to be kind of freaked out, like naturally like normal humans would be rather than like, oh, badass plot armor people, they're they're anxious, they're scared, and I appreciate that because it adds a level of realism knowing that you're just with an average family who's struggling through life and trying to deal with their problems.
And they handle it in pretty like realistic ways too.
I
Particularly, oh
agree.
shit, what the hell? I don't care. I dropped something I just had in my hand. Don't worry about it. Like when what the fuck is her name? Audrey just takes a minute, just goes sit in the car just to listen to some tunes and hopefully calm her nerves.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, I feel for you. At the same time, I'm tapping my foot in the theater, like I really like this song too.
It's a good song.
I
Don't
I don't hate the family, but I mean, I enjoy them more when they're doing stuff. They're all very capable,
Sure.
and I do like that in these characters instead of them being fucking useless.
Oh.
But their dynamics in between them, I mean, yeah, whatever. I don't.
Let's do this part. Let's get into this. Oh, y'all survival instincts are terrible. You make horrible decisions. You make horrible decisions. Horrible.
They got a bad habit of not noticing things, but I don't
Y'all,
understand how something that big makes no noise. You know what I
okay,
mean?
listen.
And
These
I'm not
things have
talking about the snake.
no. Well, that too, but like, listen. Allosaurus. These things had to hunt somehow. Okay,
No,
they
they were predators, they were hunters.
yeah,
They
and
had to
like
be quiet to get to their prey.
I don't.
keep in mind this too. Actually, like I know they're not as big, but think about how big a lion or a tiger is actually too. Like those
And
things,
how quiet
you
they are.
exactly too.
Here's my only argument, and if you blow it out of the water, that's fine because I'm not gonna die in this hill. My only argument is the fact that if we were talking about them in their habitat, 100%, but now they're in a more enclosed, developed neighborhood. There's shit everywhere. Everywhere. You're telling me they're not banging against something because there are scenes where these animals are banging against stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then when it's convenient, it's like, oh, now it's fucking the quietest thing on the planet. You tell me there's no trash can, there's no bike, they're not stepping on cars because there's scenes where they're just walking and stepping on shit because they don't give a fuck. So you're telling me now all of a sudden it's the quietest thing there.
I mean,
That's it. That's my only argument. It's the only argument.
I'm glad you're not gonna die on this hill because like
Yeah, I'm not
you
dying
can
on the
see
hill.
there's nothing in that path for it to do that with, and it has eyes. Like you can imagine, like
Yeah, I don't buy it.
don't.
I
Oh, you
mean,
know what? No, we're not doing this.
also,
I'm not dying on the hill. I'm not dying on the hill. I'm not gonna die on it.
hunter instinct.
That's all. But yeah, that's all I got for that. Like if they would have been transported to the jungly area without their houses, I'd be like, oh yeah, 100%. But then they
See, if
even
they were transported to the jungly area without their houses, we wouldn't have had a movie. Because they all
Well,
would
I
have been
understand.
dead in 5 minutes.
I get it. I get it, but that's what I'm saying. Like they get to use their surroundings to their advantage because the dinosaurs don't, the animals don't know where the fuck they are. But then, when the plot demands it, it's like now it is the fucking creepy thing that you can't hear. I'm like, and I don't doubt that they could do that. It's just that, in this moment, I figured they'd be at least a little bit more clumsy because they don't know where the fuck they're at. They don't know what that is.
They've had
I
all
mean,
night.
like
That's all.
yeah, that's true. Like, again, I'm glad you're not gonna die in this hill. We're just gonna leave it at that actually because we this is gonna be like the new A Quiet Place debate we've been having every time we bring that movie up.
That's
But
hey, look, that's just for the sake of argument too. That's all. It's just
enough.
it's just for the sake of argument.
But
Yeah,
aside,
they literally just don't pay attention.
oh, they really don't. It pisses me off that it happens 3 times. Like, if you motherfuckers don't look, or if you, better yet, hey, if we're gonna stop and discuss our next plan, hey, watch our back real quick. We got dinosaurs. These things are hunters. Like, watch our surroundings, please.
Respect for them getting increasingly more affected with those scenes though, right? Like each one is more intense than the last.
Yeah,
So
I also
do
want
To a degree.
to.
I mean the last two I was like I mean the fucking what's it called? The T-Rex knockoff. I was like,
Oh,
oh, I was like, fuck that one. No, it is not. Hang on, I got it up right here. You are correct. I'm shutting up. Yeah, the Allosaurus. I was like, okay, like how do you not notice that? But my fucking nope rope. I was like, that's yeah. Everybody should be dead right now. Everyone should be dead.
But yeah, we're leaving it at that though. But the fact that they how many times this happens, we're like, motherfuckers, pay attention. That's what got on my nerves. And no, let's
Also,
not even talk about why is it such a discussion to do something like, bro, if y'all don't get a move on, especially towards the end when they're on the roof and all those, hang on, I forgot what they're actually called. I'm not calling them pterodactyls.
Thank you. I'm also
well, that's
blanking on their
also why
name,
you're
but
doing that. That's also why I'm not the biggest fan of like
I
the
can't say that
fact
word.
that oh you have marital problems and shit. Like I don't. And this moment, who the fuck
I like it.
cares?
I love that they have marital problems.
I mean, so they acted out very good. Like those, it's a realistic conversation, but guys, now's not the time. Now is seriously not the time for this.
Correct. Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor playing these roles is very, very, very good. Very
Yes.
good. But just for the sake of like the situation that they're in and what's going on, it's like, yeah, you guys really want to take the time now to do this. All right, no, that's cool. But like,
Yeah, I'm
that's in
there as
all.
well.
That's in all these movies though. There's always a like, what the fuck are we doing conflict? Because we have to have one. We have to have one.
And like also not aside from not paying attention, first off, like when they're looking for the kids later and they come across that herd of I don't know what those words actually. Like some
but
of these
the tortoise.
yeah,
one-
yeah, yeah. And he
I
said
loved my
honk the
turtle.
horn. I'm like, I know you didn't just say that. I know you didn't just say that. I literally said
Luckily,
under my
she
breath in
said
the theater, like, I
no.
wish, yeah. Thank God one of them was silly sort of. I was like, oh, I wish you honked that horn. I hope you die.
Yeah, I'm glad Anne Hathaway had the survival instincts, and that was also kind of nice because like, she finds the gun initially, and it's like, all right, well, you probably can fire a gun, but like, do you know what you're doing? Then they made sure to show us that photo of her hunting, and it was like, okay, all
Yeah,
right,
you're good.
you are qualified. That's why you
literally,
have the gun. The other one has the bat.
as soon as I saw the photo of her, I was like, "Ha! Luke can't say shit."
No.
I was like, "She has a plot reason. Luke can't say shit about her knowing how to use this gun."
I was having more fun with the fact that Ewan McGregor walking around with that sledgehammer was walking around the exact same way he walks around with the axe in Doctor Sleep. I was like, I'm just seeing him lumber over all menacingly with it. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, can you hold that any other way?
No,
That's his style right there.
it's just his
That was
nature.
fun. Yeah, that was fun for me.
Now, I want to say this too, because at the end of the day, I mean, Starbuck was cool. He was good and everything. But that scene where he showed up again and then he was chased by. Hey, hold on a second. By the hell? What the hell's a koi? I can't say these English. I can't say these words. I'm not
It's
calling
the,
it a velociraptor.
The coaxial.
Is that how you say it? The big furry ones that
Copy and paste it to me, because if I can see it, I can read it.
Yeah, hang on a second. Actually,
I'm really good
shit.
at dinosaur names. I just need to see the weird ones I don't see often.
The Colophus? The Colophus? COELOPHYSES.
I'm gonna put it in.
You're wiggling.
I'm putting it in Twitch chat.
Looks like Colophus. Coleophus?
It's probably Colophysis.
Colophysis.
Colophysis? I'll buy it.
Okay. Colophysis. When you see that thing chase Starbuck, I was like, oh. No, don't go. I mean, I know at the end of the day, Starbuck, spoiler, was fine, but like, don't go out there, man.
So there's a
Oh, you know what? It's probably Coelophysis.
See?
Sorry. Yeah. Dinosaurs, man.
I'll accept that as well. So there's a couple things that I was like,
Gotta love Latin.
I mean, I kind of wanted Starbuck to not make it. Like, there's just the amount of plot armor this dog has is slightly unreasonable to me. But
I'm kind of with you.
Two reasons for that too is like Anne Hathaway coming out and being like, if you kill a dog, it should be rated R. So when I saw the dog in the movie, I was like, is she throwing shade at her own movie? And then once there's a very surprising death scene in this movie. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but when that happened, I was like, well, now the dog has to live. They're not gonna fucking break my heart twice.
Yep.
They're not gonna do it. The dog is definitely living.
Dude,
now.
I do want to say, since we mentioned that there is a very surprising death, I just want to say I appreciate the balls they had to kill that character, because I feel like more with how long we had been through like the growth of these characters, it was impressive to see that one actually die.
Mhm.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like following that up with my fucking giant nope rope, I was like, oh my god, who's going now? I was very ready for that shit to happen, and like nightmares. I'd have nightmares for the next year. That I was spoiled. That doesn't happen though. But yeah, no, that was a nice back to back tense shit for me. I was like, okay, now we got some shit going on. I went, oh my god, somebody's about to get swallowed. Holy shit! And then they did. They didn't. No, this is not rated R. They didn't do it.
I
will also say
love.
this too.
Go ahead.
Well, I'll say this too. You know what? The only good side about Starbuck, making it through at the end is like, you know what? Considering after what I had to watch an Evil Dead burn, is nice to see a dog survive something this time.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
I'm still low-key not okay from that.
I mean, dude, never mind. I won't. I'm not staying here. But dogs in Evil Dead, forget it. Like they're just. I'm already under the preconceived notion that they're just not gonna make it.
I just don't want to see it.
They're done. They're done for.
I don't even want it implied. Like, don't let me see it. Like, I'm still pissed at the T-Rex buck in the Lost World Jurassic Park for eating that dog in the suburbs. I'll never forgive him for that. I'll never forgive him for that.
He just comes up with the doghouse.
Yeah, I'll never forget that movie for that. I skip that part every time. I'll get sad.
Yeah, see, Godzilla just stomps on the dogs. He doesn't actually eat them.
I don't have to see it though. I can just imagine. Yeah, you made it.
But yeah. I mean, there's a couple characters in here that are just kind of like there's. I don't know if you want to talk about it now because they flip the romance. They play with that a little bit.
I don't know. I want to say it's questionable if it even could be romance, but there was a moment where Dan and I looked at each other like, "Is this what they're trying to do?"
Well, I mean, cool if it is, but like, go all the way then. You know what I mean?
Look on Wikipedia. I looked on Wikipedia. Just read under that character. I was like, oh, I feel so sorry for Brian in this moment. I feel so sorry for Brian.
What does it say on Wikipedia?
Okay, so we're gonna talk about the
characters.
Yeah, look under Jeanette, neighborhood girl Brian has a crush on, who turns out,
oh,
that's not anything new. Sometimes you can develop a crush on someone and they're not about men, but to get with your sister, pork, moment of silence right there. That's rough. That's rough.
I think they should have sent that home a little harder than they did.
Funny enough, because
go ahead.
I was gonna say,
but it's also Wikipedia though.
Well, I sensed it. I truly sensed it when I was watching the movie because
I did too. To be fair, I did too.
Like you just look at the interactions they have, and I was like, "Wait a minute."
I mean, that's why I was thinking, like, did you guys just decide not to fully pull the trigger? Because I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Seriously, why not?
There could have been just a cut scene. Maybe there's a scene that got cut that was the full.
I don't know, but either way, poor Brian. No, but poor Brian. Like, damn, that's man, that's rough.
You can't win them all, dude.
I know, but like your sister though, that's the worst part. That is literally the worst part about it. Like, it's almost like you rubbing it in now. So yeah, that was what I wanted to get there. Yeah, that was like funny sad to me.
I'm a little iffy on the sciencey aspect and how we're doing the whole time travel thing. I mean, I'm not gonna die in the hill on like pseudoscience or not. I just don't know enough. I mean,
none of us know enough about time travel to say if it's accurate.
but I'm not a fan of the way that movie ends. One, it's a cop out, and two, it just gives me a bajillion more questions.
I have one major question, and do we want to? I don't know if I should say it because I know we're trying not to spoil too hard.
Mm,
Damn, and I really
Well,
wanted to actually ask that question to see what you guys thought. Looks like you're thinking down there, Morgan. What you thinking
I
about?
mean, I can maybe I don't know. I feel like we probably had the same question, perhaps, but like I can definitely tiptoe around it enough. I think.
How about I just ask this?
Just ask it.
It is there two versions of people?
yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
So
And what happened
specifically,
to
See, and now
others?
that's my question because the way that the movie ends, does I mean you figure you're fucking with the timeline now, so aren't you just fucking up your chances of making it ultimately, right? Because like the change that you made, you needed that event to happen to even get back,
not
and now you
necessarily.
like
There's so
well that's
what's interesting here is there's two different big theories of time travel, and this is the less common theory, if I'm being honest with you, where like technically how they traveled. Okay, let's be honest. With what happened, we do not know if they technically truly traveled back to their dimension.
multiverse.
We could, that could be argued. We don't know for sure. It could be that it is the picture perfect same repeat thing happening in these multiple universes, but they happen to not go to theirs. But there is also there are the whole thoughts of there is a theory where technically you could go back in time and still see yourself. You can watch yourself.
Mhm.
But the problem is they all say that usually the problem from that stems from interacting with yourself. So they had never interacted, but then there's also an argument where in this case that may not be the case too because of what we see at the very 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 end with our good old Janet girl. So
What
Is
happened
there a
there?
post-credit scene?
there was no post credit scene. It was when she was finished writing her book and went out for the barbecue. There was two Janets because Janet said, "I'm gonna go get my family," and I'm going to my family, and she was able to reach out and call that family because there was all the survivors. Sorry, we're getting
There's two of them?
spoilers, everybody. Yeah, there was two of them at the end there.
I didn't
Wow,
notice that either.
I
So
didn't either.
maybe sister and brother both get Janet.
Yeah, but she's not in the dudes.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But there was two Janets there.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. But
Yeah. I well then yeah, I still question whether or not like,
But
'cause
realistically, our Denise, our Audrey, and our Brian, they still left.
right.
Because dad
Hmm.
never got to go back and see the light and do the transportation.
Correct.
All right, so that answers that question, I suppose. Like, damn, so
Well,
you just
and
let your
that's
other self die?
but
Yep.
that's where mine comes from because like now that he's not there, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean everything's gonna play out the same way.
No, it does not. Realistically, that is a
They
different
still have to make it back.
for that version of themselves. In this case, their versions are completely different. That whatever happens to them is separate to what they have gone through and what they are now living.
So yeah, this in this case, it's not that specific paradox where it's a loop where those versions are gonna do the exact same stuff that you did.
Well,
Basically,
It's
I
in
not
think
in
that
a
we
kind
can
way,
of.
always
it's them rewriting their existence by now being present, and then them
sure,
teleporting away. It's almost like the
but what if
sacrifice of your survival.
we're following the Back to the Future time travel theory here? Like
Which
it's still
was
it's a different future that they created, but it's still like their future. So they're Jesus Christ. Therefore, if they still go into the past and they die there, so now there's no future, so when they just like not exist.
That version's a
uh, I think it just comes down to like we got to take at face value what we're getting with it because then we're gonna start getting like theoretical on what kind of time travel we're gonna deal with.
No, 100%, 100%. I'm just saying that was just the question that I get from it because I'm like, I mean, yeah, cool, you got, yay, we got Ewan McGregor back, which like dope, but also fuck you, like you killed him, have some balls. Um, um, but doesn't that just completely like fuck everything up now? Because they still went back and they still have to go through the whole ordeal. They still need to come back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Timey-wimey shit.
I don't know.
I
But
think it's
let's
meant
just
to
let's
not
just
be thought
quote
that hard. Surprisingly, me of all people saying, I think it's not meant to be thought about that hard. I think it's just the fact
let's
that
just
their
Well, I
versions
mean,
went and
yeah,
died.
I'm still the same. I'm also the same dude when people are talking about the dinosaurs being from different fucking time periods. That like you're watching a movie about a Detroit suburb going to fucking dinosaur times. Like this isn't that type of movie. But I mean, if you want to point out the dinosaurs, I'm gonna point out the time travel.
Okay, that's fair, but you know what? Let's just quote Perfect Cell. Multiverse theory's a bitch.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Either
The little wormhole things were cool though. I did like how they did that. That was nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, but again, depending on the plot, it's like we either get a giant one or we get one that you can get through.
shout out to Jeanette for being a smart character, jumping through when everyone was for some reason debating when to do it and stuff. Like, bitch, if you don't fucking jump right now,
Yeah.
like, I swear to God.
Well,
There
I mean,
was
somebody did jump and they fucking missed.
Yeah, because it was taking too long.
that, that was the
Like,
best.
why are we
Happy.
arguing this? Why are we debating this? Motherfucker,
I
go!
am so happy they did that. And like they've got like the trees, right? The branches are there, like cut off and shit. I was wondering, like, is this a thing where they're telling me if they miss, they're gonna impale themselves? Nah, dude just drops.
I wish
That's
he died actually, just because
that
like
is
that's your stupid ass
fucking
get.
amazing.
That's your stupid ass get. Goddamn.
Not as bad as the kid from A Quiet Place, though. So at least he's got that going for him.
uh,
That little fucker.
bad little fucker.
Same haircut though.
Yeah, that's no stuff. Also, shout out to this too. I like this little detail about when they time travel. They notice how different everything is. Like the heat, the humidity is different. Even the
me
atmospheric
too.
pressure. I actually love like, oh hey, I love that little detail.
I did love that.
And when they show the city, it's like it's so much higher off the ground. Like, yeah, that's actually how many fucking layers we have now. If you were to dump this city on the same land, however many millions of years ago we assume they went back, like yeah, you would be that far above sea level. A lot has changed. That one caught me off guard, and that's the one where I went, oh shit, like yeah, that's what that would look like. I appreciated that one.
Yeah. But as a whole, I like this movie a lot. Aside from the family making some dumbass decisions sometimes, I really do like this movie. I love it. I love the tension, the ambiance, and even though, y'all, horrible time to talk about your marital problems, but it is acted very well, and I like how it resolves. And sometimes you just gotta watch a dinosaur fuck to fall in love again.
I gotta be honest, I'm happy that photo. I am so happy that photo is just like the on the wall family photo.
Yeah. Also, I'm not gonna
I
lie.
mean,
I don't think I ever wanted to see dinosaur sex, but I'm kind of glad I did.
and yo, and like they were into it. They said, "This is my house now." Like gripping. Oh
Yeah,
my
she
god,
was gripping on that roof and
they were
everything.
getting after it, dude. Holy shit,
You see homeboy behind her, just like, oh.
dude.
I was
They make sure to give me
cackling
a
He
shot of
so
it,
hard.
too.
he was giving him business.
Yeah, I think honestly, I'd probably do the same thing. But like, there's no one's gonna believe me. I'm taking a picture.
Honestly,
I-
I would have if I had my camera in my bag like she did. I would have.
Yeah,
Like,
the same reason. This is like the dumbest, weirdest shit. We're getting a picture. We're not leaving this alone. This is never gonna happen again. We're probably gonna get eaten in 10
also
minutes.
love the
Let's do this.
cheesy fucking pose he did with his sledgehammer. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
All of it
This
was just
one
chef's kiss. It was so good.
Fuck out of that thing too. I was wondering, when he swings it and he hits one of the dinosaurs. I was like, did he actually knock that fucking dinosaur out? That'd be amazing.
Nah, he pulled an Indoraptor.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, I if I want to have something negative to say about it, like I can nitpick, but I mean, this isn't that type of movie. Like
Yeah.
it's everything
I
you
agree.
love about the 80s and 90s wrapped into one movie. I fucking dig it.
Yeah,
I 100%
and for
agree.
me, like I said, just family. Just Hank. and stop being so hesitant and discussing everything just for the sake of tension for the movie. Like, get a move on. Goddamn.
Yeah.
But from other than that, I really do fuck with this movie. Also, that bully, again, not the time. Really?
Well, I
Really?
mean, does he die? Does he show up
We
later?
never,
I feel like.
We
we didn't
never know.
sit.
Okay, all
But
right. So
I'm
then that's somebody else.
pretty
That's
sure
somebody
that
else's
their
corpse.
mom, because they're like, we gotta go find mom. I'm pretty sure mom's
Oh yeah,
dead.
parents are gone.
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of people did not survive. Like, this movie was mean to
I will
people
say
too.
I appreciate seeing people actually getting murked, and then also just like the dead bodies on the ground. Like, it wasn't gory by any means to keep
But
with the PG-13 rating, but I appreciate they're like, yeah, almost everyone in this place is dead now.
Well,
yeah.
the funny part is this movie is rated PG-13, but if this would have actually came out in the 80s, it would have been rated PG. Gotta love it.
And like I just gotta mention again, there's a Spinosaurus in this movie. Hashtag Spinosaurus supremacy.
And I'm reading this thing that Screen Rant put out of all the dinosaurs in it, and they make sure to make a note of like they just took the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus and said fuck it. Like this is the one we're putting on screen. It's not the accurate one, but fuck you.
It's pseudo accurate.
Well,
Pseudo accurate.
there's actually
Oh,
been a newer recent find that is giving studies that there might have been different subspecies of Spinosauruses, and there could have been one more similar to that version. To be fair, that was
Oh,
actually
awesome.
a study that a recent like development that came out. Honestly, I think 3 or 4 months ago that I did a story on for work. So if you need to see that video, Dreaded, I can send you a video.
That's
you might
awesome,
need to
and I would
send it
like.
to him. This was
Yeah,
written.
that's awesome. That means that Acid 87, might have been almost
I know that
accurate.
this is written obviously before, much sooner, much longer ago than that, but I'm just saying. Technically, there is potential stances for that also being accurate.
Which
Don't think we have
means
it. No.
maybe Acid 87 could return to Jurassic Park.
I don't know about that one.
Oh,
Per the
just let me
National
have that.
Per the National History Museum, it's widely believed the Spinosaurus had a wide paddle-like tail, as the creature was presumably a water dweller.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
The
fine.
newest research that came out is that there was a subspecies now that was more like herons and cranes that go along with more closer to this version where they were waders and they fished in like the shallows.
Mm.
Again, not getting rid of that version as well, just a subspecies. Realistically,
Also
probably
good.
not as big as the Spinosaurs we actually see.
Yeah, probably not. But
But
yeah.
anyway, I'll send you that video, Dreaded. And you as well, Luke, if you'd like to watch.
Yeah, why not?
Watch it.
Sweet.
I love a good Spinosaurus debate.
Hashtag Spinosaurus supremacy.
So, anything else, gentlemen, before we get into rating?
PJ Byrne is in this movie and he's just an ass again.
I mean,
Mel?
Yeah, Mel.
he plays a good ass.
He does. I was laughing when he got too. I was like, oh, that sucks, brother.
Honestly, Mel went out the way Mel I expected would go out.
And technically nobody goes out. Nobody goes out in this movie, technically.
Technically, except for,
Technically, that's not true. There's a lot of people who still go out. She only gets like 5 families out.
Don't matter. That we know of.
Whatever.
Anyway.
All right, who wants to rate first?
All
right, go for it, Luke.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I really enjoyed it. I really don't have anything to nitpick, unless I want to. But no, this movie does everything it's supposed to do. But I'm still not gonna put it on the level of like a Spider-Man or an Odyssey or anything else that's come out this year. But this is very good at what it's supposed to do. It's to me, it's a really nice throwback to the 80s and 90s and when the summer blockbuster came out, and like Independence Day, Jurassic Park, fucking any of the other ones that came out. Sorry, I can't remember all the names off the top of my head, but you know where I'm getting at with this. And like, it's a movie. The premise is very simple. We get in, we follow some characters, and we get the fuck out. Dig.
I like it. You're me, Jordan.
You go ahead.
All right, for me, this movie is an 8. Realistically, I think it. I tell everybody this. I told Dan, I told my boss today when they asked me how I enjoyed it. I was like, technically, this movie, in my opinion, is in terms of like how it's made, a 7.5. But in terms of my enjoyment and how much fun I had with this movie, like I was laughing really good. More than I thought I was going into it. Like, I don't know. I just had a blast. So, like, I think overall experience for me and the humor and like, would I just turn this on and turn it on just to have something on in the background or to like just, you know what? I haven't seen this in a while. That was fun. Let's go laugh again. Hell yeah. So it actually for me is gonna be an 8.
All right. I'm actually a bit of a point above you, Morgan. Everything you just said, aside from dumbassery decisions by this family sometimes, my God. But again, I got what I came for. Dinosaurs do dinosaur shit. I love the tension and the ambiance, even though it's not the time or place for it. But when they handle the problems, that their marital problems, it's well done. And I actually like how they make up with it. And then of course tragedy hits. But don't worry, you get a happy ending out of it though. I'm a bit of a sucker for movies like this. Like it's not trying to do nothing massive or major like that. It knows what it wants to do and has fun with it, and it does a good job at it for a lot of the most part, actually. And I'm just kind of a sucker for that kind of things, actually. So for me, I'm giving this an 8.5, actually. I really dig the end of Oak
I'm
Street.
gonna be on. I want to be honest. Our discussion almost pushed me to an 8.5.
I kind of have this. I feel like I gotta stick with it because it's like I can't deny like this is like my stuff. I like stuff like this. I really
Yeah,
do.
absolutely.
And like them tension scenes too. I'm like, see, this is the kind of this is like what I want to see more of in film. Actually, it's actually also what I just want to capture in the future. And this film did it. I really enjoyed that. And again,
Heck
even if
yeah.
they don't make the smartest decisions, some of what they're going through and how they handle it, I'm like, I fucks with that too. So
Love it.
yeah, End of Oak Street. I really dig this movie. Also, I will say this too. When J.J. Abrams produced a movie like this, time travel, warp gaze, now we're in the age of dinosaurs and everything. Now, I knew it wasn't gonna be, but I did go into this film also looking for any references to anything Cloverfield. Like I didn't think it was actually gonna be there, but I did look because I'm like, it, this kind of has Cloververse written in it somewhere, like just off of like premise and everything. But like I don't know because we would have probably known that because the ARG would have started back up, but it didn't. That still didn't stop me from looking. So I will say this now: this is not a Cloverfield film, and even though J.J. Abrams produced it, he did the same thing with the other films actually too. So there is that. I just wanted to bring that up, and also, you know, hashtag Spinosaurus supremacy. I low-key just kind of want to nip that whole debate topic in the ass right now, Heike, about why I had such a problem in Rebirth. But I feel like I'll just start a whole argument that's gonna last about 15 minutes. Like, veto me right now. Should I even explain this?
What's that?
What my problem with Rebirth was in Spinosaurus?
That it was accurate.
Yeah, okay. And I'm just gonna say this, okay? Shout out to Spinosaurus that are being accurate in the film. That is cool. However, the problem I just have is the fact that we had a iconic Spinosaurus already, and I think a lot of us, especially us Spino fans, had waited to see it on the big screen again. So getting scientifically accurate ones is cool and all, but it's like, but we kind of wanted to see that one rather than giving us these new ones that, I mean, I guess had a neat scene, but weren't even remotely as cool or awesome badass or anything like that. So, like, again, scientifically accurate, fine, but just in the world of Jurassic Park, can we have Acid 87 back, or at least a variation of it? And yes, I know its name. It's called. It was named Acid 87. Although that's a scientific name, and that's kind of mean to it. I don't like it. I'm gonna name him Garm.
I do like the Spinosaurus that's in this movie. Like, don't get me wrong. It was cool to see him come in there and just straight up smash some shit. It was nice.
I'm never gonna hate seeing an accurate Spinosaurus in another franchise of dinosaurs. I don't care. But if it's Jurassic Park, I'm like, hey, that variation, that inaccurate variation, is my favorite thing. So that's where it comes down to. I just hope that makes sense now.
I got you,
Awesome.
bud.
It's got a deep
Alrighty then.
connection to the False Spino.
Yes, I do have a deep connection to the false Spino. The at the time false Spino.
The at the time accurate. At the time, that's what
Yeah,
we
that is true.
thought he was. That is 100% what we thought he was, and then we found out. Oh,
There was more to it than we thought, actually. But hey,
he
you can also
actually
still.
swims.
Hey, Acid 87 did swim too, as well. I'll give it that.
That's true. That's true. That big motherfucker did get in the water.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, okay, there was some aspects to it that was still at least somewhat accurate, I suppose.
Yeah, we learned.
Have I ever told you guys a theory that I think the Spinosaurus actually might have been a beta hybrid or an accidental hybrid? But we'll talk about that another day.
Okay. I am down to hear that another day.
Deal.
When we do Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, I can't wait for that review. When we reviewing Jurassic Park 3, y'all?
I don't know, when the next time we have a lull.
Deal. Although I think the next film we're gonna end up doing is probably Insidious.
Yeah.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah.
Well, y'all
Heard it
heard it
here,
here first, y'all. Yep. The next film we're reviewing is Insidious Out the Further. I think that's what it's called.
Out of the further. I
Question.
like Out the Further though. I like
I
that one.
haven't actually watched a trailer for it. I know Insidious very well, so I wasn't worried, but I was asked, do you need to see the previous Insidiouses for this one? So for y'all who I think have, do we? I've
No.
seen them all, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
You could skip the last one.
Well, I don't know yet, but here's the thing about Insidious. They do kind of end up linking together in unique ways.
That's fair.
Because
That is fair.
The Further is a place beyond time and space, actually. So, like, literally in The Last Key, which is the only one I haven't seen, actually, there is a direct moment reference to the very first one. And like there are events that happen in the second movie that's like, oh, that's why this was happening in the first one, yada yada. And
Yeah,
like three,
but-
which three didn't have anything to do with like the Lamberts, but it had a lot to do with like Elise and like, oh no, wait, this demon that keeps showing up actually relates to the Lamberts. Like to understand why this demon is targeting Elise right now, you would have to watch Insidious 2 to understand that. So it's like there is some connections there, and not to mention too, some of these demons that we're seeing, I think from the trailer, which Morgan you didn't see, I think are familiar demons we've seen in the franchise. So it's a possibility for context. Maybe watch the other ones. I don't know how much direct.
Again,
like,
I've seen them all.
though.
I just was having a friends ask in case they were going to the movies with us next week.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna say no, because 1 through the Red Door are their own condensed story, right? They do all connect, but now if I'm right, if I am even remotely right, I'm pretty sure they're trying to get away from the Lamberts and that whole thing. Like the only connective tissue in this is going to be Elise. And I just think that's just in character only. Maybe there's references to the Lamberts and stuff maybe, but I don't think it's crucial viewing. I don't think you won't be able to sit down and watch this one and not understand what's going on because you missed something in one of the other ones. I don't think there's going to be anything like that. The only connective tissue that I see in this so far is just Elise's in it. I don't even think Tucker and Dale or not Tucker and Dale. Tucker and fucking
Specs.
What's his name? Yeah, Tucker and Specs are even going to be in it.
Hard to say. I feel like this is going to be we'll just have to end up watching it to really know.
But I'm excited, man, because those trailers look pretty fucking good. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But like, hang on, I literally just pulled up a quote unquote final trailer. Oh yeah, I was right. Some of these entities, I'm like, oh hey, we have seen them before in the other films, so okay. That's why I wonder. But who knows? We'll have to watch to see.
Much excite. As long as it's better than the fucking actual stage play, that shit sucked. Sorry.
It was an Insidious stage play.
Yeah, I went and saw it with Breon. It was not good. I'm sorry.
Gosh.
I'm sorry. Kudos to them for what they did. Like the effects that they had on stage were kind of cool, but like Insidious, scary. This was not. Ask Breon, I'll tell you about it. Like he still rages to this day about that shit. He was so excited. He was the most excited to go see that fucking thing, and it was a disappointment.
Yikes.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We are the Wannabes Podcast, and we are your hosts. But this does bring an end to our the end of Oak Street movie review and our random discussions we've had after the fact. We will be live next week on Wednesday, August 26th, reviewing none other than Insidious Out of the Further. So make sure you tune in for that one. But if you want to see what we're doing, because we're getting ready to post out a bunch of shorts, guys, we're going to be on. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. We're also here on Twitch. We're also on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, all of those. So please go follow us. That way you can start enjoying the content we're going to be posting over there as well.
Don't
But
forget X Hamster.
I said X.
Could be. Could
I
be.
said X Hamster.
Could be. I mean, there's normal stuff. You can just watch movies on those sites sometimes.
Yeah, I once watched Suburban on Pornhub.
Seriously.
We also all know about Moana on there. Anyway, guys, we're not on there. So with that being
not?
said, next time, y'all, don't forget the popcorn. We will see you next week for Insidious. And until then, well, go see the movies. Go to the movies. Enjoy
Don't
popcorn.
forget the popcorn.
If you
Don't
forget
forget
the popcorn, your sister's gonna steal your crush from you.
Gonna get eaten by a Titanoboa.
All right. Good
Oof.
night, everybody.
Laters. Look, I just looked at this trailer as well. Oh.